We are here to present a protest petition to the Chairman, Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. All protocols observed. Illegal and unlawful diversion and misappropriation of the sum of 1,777,455,552 naira 17 kobo by the immediate past governor of Delta State, Senator Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa, from the 13% oil derivation fund for rehabilitation and development of oil-producing communities of Delta State. We are leaders and representatives of oil and gas-producing communities of Delta State. We wish to draw the attention of the general public, particularly the Economic and Financial Crime Commission, EFCC, to the illegal diversion of our entitlement from the 13% oil derivation fund. We are indigenous and members of the oil and gas producing communities in Delta State, and it is on this strength we are drawing the attention of your office in respect of the flagrant and deliberate abuse of Section 162, subsection 2 of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and Section 13, subsection 1 of the Delta State Oil Producing Area Development Commission, TESOPADEC, Law of 2006 as amended 2007, 2015, and 2018, established to cater for the well-being of the oil and gas producing communities in Delta State. It is imperative to state that the Delta State Oil Producing Area Development Commission, TESOPADEC Law 2006 as amended 2007, 2015, and 2018 respectively, was established to expressly execute a clear mandate as stated in Section 13, subsection 1 of the TESOPADEC Law, which provides the Commission shall receive and administer exclusively 50% of the oil derivation fund accrued to the Delta State government. 4. A. The rehabilitation of oil-producing communities/areas of the state. B. Other development projects as may be determined from time to time by the communities. 1. We have observed curiously in 2022 and 2023 that the TESOPADEC has become moribund and the oil-producing areas/community are noise diving into abject poverty, which is inciting and causing youth resentment and agitation in their various communities. Hence, we have decided to take necessary steps to address these issues. From the record available to us, an application to the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation for a certified true copy, CTC, of the 13% oil derivation fund from the Federation account to the Delta State government between 2015 and 2022, the sum of 1,750,450,285,552 naira 17 kobo has been disbursed to the Delta State government from July 2015 to December 2022 for the rehabilitation and development of oil and gas producing communities/area in Delta State. In fact, what Okowa received is far more than the amount if the 13% monthly allocation of January 2023 to May 2023 are added. You can see attached copy of the CTC. 3. It is very disheartening and callous to note that despite the copious and ambiguous provision of Section 162, subsection 2 of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and Section 13, subsection 1 of the TESOPADEC Law, of 2006 as amended 2007, 2015, and 2008 respectively. The immediate past governor, His Excellency Senator Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa, has deliberately and flagrantly abused, violate, and breach the above section of the law and had continued to misappropriate the said fund for his personal use at the expense of the suffering people of the oil and gas producing communities of Delta State. By Section 13, Subsection 1 of the Desopadec Law, 2006, as amended 2007, 2015, and 2018, the Commission is legally and lawfully entitled to 50% of the 13% oil derivation fund from the Federation account, which is calculated at 538 billion 725 million 142,776 naira 85 kobo from the Delta State government. That from the information obtained, it is obvious that the Delta State government grossly underfunded the Delta State Oil Producing Area Development Commission, DESOPADEC, as it was in the habit of consistently and deliberately disbursing less than the sum of 20 billion naira annually for the past 8 years. This was confirmed by the immediate past State Commissioner for Information to the former governor, Mr. Charles Anyagu, that the state remitted only 208 billion against the 538 billion 725 million 142,776 naira 85 kobo. See attached, because he made that same statement confirming it in Arise News. Number 6, sir, unfortunately, all effort by our community's leaders and other well-meaning personalities in Delta State to have the Delta State government to obey, observe, and comply with the Desopadec law and render account for the said misappropriated fund are proved abortive, hence this petition. It is very nasty, and that despite the stupendous billions of naira being paid to the Delta State government from the 13% oil derivation fund from the Federation account, the oil producing areas / communities continue to wallow in abject poverty with no commensurate social amenities and infrastructure in place. This gross and reckless misappropriation of the 13% oil derivation fund meant for the oil producing communities largely account for the incessant restiveness and agitation in the Niger Delta. We are strongly appealing to the Commission, shadowed with the responsibility to probe and investigate the immediate past governor, Senator Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa, to recover and return our money of the 50% of the 13% derivation fund from the Federation account to the state government, and render necessary account for the said illegal and unlawful misappropriation balance to the Desopadec coffer to enable them develop our communities. It will interest the public to know that the immediate past governor, Senator Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa, used our 13% derivation fund to build and buy over 80% shares in the Premium Trust Bank that is just about 2 years old, PLC, and acquire numerous property including JC Dals Hotel in Asaba, the state capital. There are other properties in Abuja and Lagos, another part of the state and the country, for himself and his daughter, Mrs. Marilyn Okowa Deremola. The immediate past governor, Senator Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa, went further to use our 13% derivation fund to develop his village, which is not part of oil producing communities in the state, with proposed plan to rename state institution in his name, in his honor, particularly the newly created University of Delta, Agbo. There will be relative peace and development in the Niger Delta region if the spurious oil fund, which accrue to the oil producing area / community from the 13% oil derivation fund, are judiciously used for the rehabilitation and development of the oil producing areas and communities. Conclusion, we want to strongly appeal to your indefatigable commission to kindly reject any offer from the immediate past governor of Delta State, Senator Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa, who has boasted to have made concrete arrangements with top officials of the EFCC for a plea bargain to the detriment of the oil and gas producing communities of the state. Sir, it is in view of the above, we are appealing to your good office for your prompt intervention to diligently probe and investigate the allocation and the deployment of our 13% oil derivation fund accrued and disbursed to the Delta State government from the Federation account from 2015 to 2023, with paid attention to the 50% of the 13% derivation fund prescribed by the Desopadec law of 2006 as amended 2007, 2015, and 2018 respectively. We offer our thanks in anticipation of your kind cooperation, sir. Signed, High Chief Comrade Mulade Sharif for the Ijaw ethnic nationality. Sir Matthew Ishekure for the Shekiri ethnic nationality. Mrs. Patience Ego Efojo for Indokwa ethnic nationality. Honorable Mike Okpure for Urobo ethnic nationality. And Chief John Etenor for Isoko ethnic nationality. These are the 5 ethnic nationalities that produce oil in Delta State. And that is the position of the oil producing communities. Thank you. So,
B. Okareme. I am Prince Maipo B. Okareme, the Pioneer National Secretary of Traditional Rulers of Oil Mineral Producing Communities of Nigeria, TROPCON. I'm also privileged to be the Vice Chairman of PANDEF, Delta State. On this particular issue, under the auspices of TROPCON, we were able to negotiate with the Revenue Commission, which is Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission. In the year 2000, they came out with their report. In the report too, they also agreed that a bill to alter the existing revenue allocation formula should be made, and that was presented to then President Olusegun Obasanjo. In that draft bill, it was specifically stated that the 30% should not form part of the considered revenue of all the states. So 30% was meant to be a special fund created for a specific purpose to ameliorate the negative effect of oil exploration in our area. From that perspective, they now put up recommended structures that will manage 30% in the various states. Now, for a part of it, based on the report, it was stated that 60% of that 30% should be managed by an agency created by an act of parliament of the various states. Then the other part was supposed to go to the local government, where they were also expected to set up local government derivation fund management committee. Then 10% directly was supposed to go to the communities for general administrative purposes. This is the structure that the Revenue Commission recommended for the implementation of the 13%. They also went ahead to specify the mode of composition of the various boards or agencies, that only those from the actual oil producing communities should be in charge of the management of the fund. It was this document we used to negotiate during the Obasanjo era, where we now got Desopadec established. In fact, in one of our meetings, Governor Ibori, who was then our governor, General Obasanjo have to now implore him, more or less give him a directive that he should listen to our cries, like the cries of the royal communities, and ensure that the SOPADEC is set up. Because before that time, Ondo State was the first to set up a commission, and they were now giving 40% to that Ondo State commission under Governor Agagu. So we employ that of Delta to follow the recommendation of the Revenue Commission by ensuring that whatever commission is going to be set up in Delta State should have 60% of the 30% going to that commission. However, when we finally work on the bill and he gradually or reluctantly established the SOPADEC, it was specifically stated that 50% of the 30% should go to the SOPADEC. Then, in the process of its operation, we discovered that they were not still following the law as it was intended. So the SOPADEC Law Review Committee was set up, and I was privileged to also serve as the chairman of the Law Review Committee of the SOPADEC. At that period, we now ensure that the various ethnicity that make up Delta State should be formally included in the law. So we now have the Ijos, the Isokos, the Shekiris, the Undokwas, and just have to be there. And it's also stated that implementing the law, the relative production quantum of each of these ethnicity is what should be applied in the management of the SOPADEC. Unfortunately, right from the time of Oduaga till Okowa, the law was being implemented in breach. Therefore, we have now come to a situation whereby we no longer have trust in all our governors. Because from the verse we have given you now, we are able to go to the Accountant General's office and we got certified copy of what was actually disbursed to Delta State for 30%. And he has proven that instead of disbursing 50% or 30% that was specifically mentioned in the law, from the record that his agent gave of showing that only 8 billion is what he actually released to the SOPADEC for the 8-year period, which is less than 20% or the 30% fund that actually came to Delta. Therefore, we employ EFCC to immediately invite former Governor Okowa to come and account for the entire 30% that accrue to Delta State. The entire money is actually belonging to the oil communities. We merely allowed that part of it to be used by the state government for the entire state. But half of it, which we considered should not be used for ourselves, for the oil community, has to follow in that particular manner. So now that they have proven over time that they cannot be trusted, we also now wish to call on the Accountant General of the Federation and the Revenue Commission and the Presidency to withhold forthwith further disbursement of 30% to Delta State. Because whatever money that is there is money meant for the oil producing communities. Thank you.